Alright, what is up, YouTube world? This is your man, Eric Stone. I'm still wearing a really sweaty Jack Ingram hat that I got a couple years ago at a concert. It was an acoustic show I did with Hayes Carl. Really great show. They did told stories in between songs. It was really fucking awesome. But anyways, the France band. This video is going to be a review of a show that I've seen back in 2021 on May the 21st. And it was Sweeney featuring Jillia Jackson. I've seen Sweeney twice. I can't wait to see her again. Hopefully one day get to write songs with her. I've actually told her that. She has signed my guitar. I've got a hat. I should have wore a hat. Didn't think about her hat to promote her. But hopefully one day I get to write songs with her. I've told her that. I would love to get an interview with her. I didn't think about it the last time she played. But I did get to talk to her a little bit. Jillia Jackson's a young artist from the Fort Smith, Oklahoma area. Young, great songwriter. That night, it was a four-piece band that she had. Jillia Jackson was on vocals and acoustic guitar. My buddy Logan Dooley was slapping the bass. Lee Young was on lead guitar. And then Jeremy Trobes was on the skins. Sorry for getting this out so late. Back when I started doing this, I was writing them out, you know, and I'm like, well, it takes too long and nobody probably reads anymore. They just rather watch a video, so that's why I'm doing this. You can actually see I recorded 3 songs that Jillia Jackson did on YouTube. Expiring music writer, please share, like, comment, subscribe, dislike, suggest, but 2 originals and 1 cover. But that night they opened up for Sweeney. That was the second time I seen Sweeney. First time she was with Cody Jinks at Temple Live in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I actually got to meet her there too. And she signed my guitar twice, I think. And she was with Cody Jinks and Billy Don Burns, which I wish I would have gotten to him to sign a guitar. I didn't realize how legendary the man was. But, you know, maybe another time. So, anyways, and Sweeney is just recently was in a very bad car accident, and thank God every one of them was not hurt at all. It could have been very fatal. Thank God for them, and they get to keep touring. It's been all over Facebook, social media. Like I said, thank God she's still, or the whole band. I know it was her and Harley Husbands. That night, it was a 4-piece band, I think. Now, don't quote me, because it's been a while since I went back and looked. But Sweeney, you know, vocals and acoustic guitar. And she told stories, a little bit of stories. Harley Husbands was on lead guitar. Dylan Sampson is on bass, or was a bassist. I think he's playing for another guy, or another band now. And I think Craig Bagby was on the drums. But don't quote me, because I just looked it up. But that night, I would love for them to do like just acoustic duo of, you know, her and Harley. But anyways, so that night, Majestic, my favorite venue in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'm a regular now. I didn't get to go see Coda Canada and Lance Rorick because I was under the weather. But I should be there for Stoney LaRue. I don't know if there's an opener yet. I'm not for sure. I hadn't heard of one. If I haven't, I forgot about it. So anyways, let's get to the actual review. But anyways, if you don't know, anything, or the Majestic's a great live venue in Fort Smith, Arkansas. It used to be called New Myers Rib Room and then the Sound Room, and now it's a Majestic. But when it was a Rib Room, I actually saw Ted Nugent there. I can't remember who else I saw there. I think Randy Rogers played. That might have been the Sound Room. I can't remember. I've been to so many damn concerts. I'm getting them all mixed in my brain. But before, when it was the Rib Room and Sound Room, there was no ceiling and no walls, or very little walls. And, you know, after a certain time in this year, it was hard to have concerts because it was so cold to have concerts in, you know, wintertime. But when the owners of the Majestic bought it, they did a lot of renovating to it, and it looks a lot better now. Because I can remember one show I went to with a guy named Nick Sweeney, and this is how big of a music fan I am. Him and I think maybe Clint Scholes band was there not that night. I can't remember completely, but it was like 109 fucking degrees that night, and it was even hotter inside because there was, you know, they had one fan. It was a big fan blowing, you know, but it was just so freaking hot you couldn't breathe. But like I said, with me being a very big music fan, I stuck it out and drank a lot of water when I went home. But anyways, like I said, great venue. They've had Coda Canada there. Stoney will be making his debut there. A lot of up and coming Red Dirt in Texas music. Cottonwood Crow, opened up for. Who was they opened up for? Anyways, they played there, and Tanner Ursery, he's come back for Peacemakers. Sonny Sweeney, trying to think of some. Matt Williams, I think, has played there. A bunch of people have played there. You know, they're real good about getting young acts from Texas and Oklahoma, you know. Of course, you know, Chris Knott's played there twice. Ray Hubbard played there once, I think. Oh, God, I love Ray Hubbard. I wish I could get Jack Ingram in there and Hayes Carl. Now, Hayes played when it was the Rib Room, and I think also the Sound Room, but not the Majestic. But don't quote me, because I remember Hayes Carl, it was funny. I had a doctor that I went to, I think it was an eye doctor I had years ago, and we got really good buddies because we both were into like the Americana music and Texas, Oklahoma music, and that's kind of the reason why I went to that doctor. I mean, it was so far away, but, you know, I could have found a closer doctor, but, you know, and then got to the point where I just didn't feel like traveling that much. But he was big into Joe Ely, and he told me about Hayes Carl and Ray Bly. I didn't know who the hell Ray Bly Hubbard was or Elizabeth Cook. And he told me that to check out Ray Bly Hubbard and Elizabeth Cook, and that Elizabeth Cook was actually playing at a little bitty bar in Fort Smith. I think it was 2nd Street Live, I think was the name of the bar. Or a little corner. It really wasn't a bar, but it was like a little music venue, like a coffee house type, because there were only about 50 or 60 people that could get in there. But it was real good music fans that got in there, you know. And I seen Elizabeth Cook that night. I didn't have a guitar at that time, and she talked to her a little bit, and I think she signed 2 of my albums, and then like the next week, Ray Hubbard was there. And he signed 2 of my guitars. I wish I would have gotten a shirt, but I didn't have enough money. But like I said, and I've seen him I think twice or 2 or 3 times in my life. I've seen Ray Hubbard Ray Hubbard. Sorry, I get to talking too much. Hang on, let me get a beer. Hang on real quick. Sorry about that. I knew I was missing something. Drinking an old natty lot. Excuse me, because I'm broke and everything's going up. So we're gonna drink cheap beer. But anyways, let's get back to the actual review. That night, Jillia Jackson did 10 songs, and I know one cover. They kicked off with a Hanging Judge, then they went into Indian Giver, Don Williams. Now, I can't remember if it was a Don Williams song or if it was a Don Williams title called, a song actually called Don Williams. I know I didn't get it on a video that night. Single Again, Dear Emily, then 2 More Bottles of Wine by the great Emmylou Harris, and I love Emmylou Harris. I actually got to see her in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Brady Theater. That was so cool because I found out about Emmylou Harris through Graham Parsons. I mean, of course, I was long gone before, or Graham Parsons was long gone before I even knew who the hell he was. But I did get to see him, or her, I mean. Then they did Lonely, White Freightliner, that's on my Expired Music Writer. Also the 2 More Bottles of Wine, Rivertown, and Bear Creek. And there was one, I think they did another one called Cow Cow Boogie. It might have been another song. But like I said, check them out. Check that out. I don't know if they actually have any music out or she does it on streaming platforms. But I know there's 3 videos you can check out on here or on my YouTube channel, Expired Music Writer. And then Sonny Sweeney and her band came out. And I remember that night, she was so grateful because I think the owners of the Majestic got her a chilled bottle of wine and a bunch of flowers when they came through, you know, or when she came, you know, and before they did sound check and all that. But that night she did. Hang on, let me see here. 21 songs that I know of. That's a lot of songs. Of course, a lot of them are, you know, most of them were originals. I'll think of it here in a minute. But they kicked off with, I think, Mama's Prayer, I think. Or Prayer for Mama or something. And then Pills. And I'm pretty sure they did Tulsa Time. Then they did Staying's Worse Than Leaving. How I got into Sonny Sweeney was, what was that? Concrete, I think, was that album. And it had From a Table Away, and I love that song. And that got me into going down the rabbit hole of Sonny Sweeney. And then Drinks Well With Others, Past the Pain, Bad Girl Phase, Better Bad Idea. I think Glitter, I think that was a Stevie Nicks song. Leaving's Worse, or Boxcar. She did a few more songs. Some of them I can't do their deal. Grow Old. And the funny thing is they did, I was filming and I thought she got mad at me for filming. She's like, "Your lied song." I was like, "Oh, okay." So do you want me to? She goes, don't stop filming. I'm just, and Drink Myself Single. And then From a Table Away. And I say it was funny because there was a couple there that night. Like I said, I knew almost every song except for maybe the Stevie Nicks song. And they're like, you really do like her, don't you? I said, I love her. You know, they were cracking up at me, because when she sang Drink Myself Single, you know, I was singing at the top of my lungs, you know. The old me, Poet's Prayer, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Tom Petty, Stevie Nicks. Funny thing about that is, when he wrote that song, the great Tom Petty, Stevie Nicks wanted him to write a song for her specifically. He's like, okay, you know what's fine, no deal, whatever, you know. But when he wrote the song, he goes, Stevie, I hate to do this to you, but I can't let you have it. She's like, it's not that, it's just a song I want to sing, and I've gotten attached to this song. And Stevie was so cool about it. She's like, I understand, Tom. But then again, I think what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the genius of Jimmy Iovine is when he heard it. Was it Jimmy Iovine or whoever the producer was? I can't remember. Said, no, I see this as a duet. You know, and then, of course, you know, it's a legendary song. Can't Let Go, and then Tie Me Up. So, like I said, that was that night. The reviews are pretty short. I know I talked a little bit in between. But it says check out Sunny Sweeney on streaming platforms. Sunny Sweeney Facebook, Instagram. I'm sure she's got Twitter. I don't know if she's got TikTok. But also check out Jillia Jackson. I know she's got Facebook and everything. So, aspiring music writer. Please subscribe. Also, I just tell y'all that I did my very first podcast as a guest. I was a guest on Adam Harvin's Cage Against the Machine podcast, and we watched a Nicolas Cage movie from the 90s, and then we talked a little bit, so check that out, Cage Against the Machine. His Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube channel is Adam Is Not Funny, so check him out, and I will see y'all later.